Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Gregtech New Horizons. Whatever episode this is. I don't remember the number, but we're starting out making some beef Wellington. To get the dough, we just used the mortar on some wheat and threw that into the cauldron, and that makes dough. And then beef Wellington is just such a hugely nourishing thing. It's just spinach, mushrooms, wheat with some work, and then some sort of beef. We can use tofu, but tofu's still a little tricky to make. So I'll be making more of that in the future here. For now, let me put away all the things. I just made a bunch of other food items, so we've got hopefully enough to keep us going for a while. That's a lot of the stuffed eggplants, fruit salad, spring salad. I guess we need some more fruit salad if I wanted to go collect some more berries. And then the beef Wellington. And in this episode, the first thing we're going to be doing is working on the hammer and the excavator. So let me just finish this up real quick by making another, and we can make a lot more stuffed eggplant. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so that'll use up our rolling pins and such. And then let's see. It doesn't seem to realize that we have the rolling pin there. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, that is a lot of stuffed eggplant. That should last a while. And then finally, we want another knife. Blueberries. Boom. Okay, food should be taken care of for a while now. Like, a good while. Especially with the doubled up eggplants. And those beef Wellingtons by themselves, you know, last like half an hour or whatever. So that'll be great. And then I'll go ahead and chew on these banana milkshakes for now. Okay, so what does it look like to make the tool forge stuff? So we're gonna need a few new parts. We're gonna need the large tool rods. We're gonna need the tough bindings. We're gonna need the excavator head, the hammer head, the tool plate. There's all sorts of options, and the scythe is a reaping tool. I don't think we're gonna worry about any of those things for now. We will make a crossbow at some point as well. So first thing I know we're gonna need is more patterns. So let's grab some of our paper, which is where? With wood products, okay. And why don't we go get another paper haul here. Just to make sure we have it when we need it. What tool material am I shooting for? I'm gonna do bronze for now since we don't have the brick blast furnace yet. Bronze is really the only thing we can repair with. But I could use, I don't actually know how the recipe works exactly. I think it's just the tool head that determines the repair material. So if I had steel, I think I could make the tough plates out of steel to add more durability. I don't remember if that's how it works. Does it add more durability if you make the big tough plates out of a higher durability material? I honestly don't remember all those mechanics perfectly well. What's up, Murillo? Great stream to watch while you work, indeed. Indeed. All right, let's get some more patterns. And then we'll put away the rest of that paper. Greetings from Brazil. Well, greetings to Brazil. Okay, so now we've got lots of blank patterns, which weirdly you can't store in the pattern chest. Doesn't really make sense to me, but here we are. So we're gonna need pretty much one of everything. So we're gonna need one of these, hammerhead pattern, excavator head pattern, lumber axe pattern, tough rod pattern, tough binding pattern. We already made that one. Chisel head, I don't really care about that. Is there anything else we need? What did we need for the crossbow? The string, the limb, what's that? Oh, it's over here. Crossbow body, crossbow limb, there we go. Bowstring, okay. I think that's all we need for now. What's that? Bow limb? Yeah, that's for regular bows. And then we could do the scythe head. I don't really know if I plan on making a scythe anytime soon, but sure, we'll make it. Why not? Okay, so then we've got all those bad boys. Now we're gonna need to make... Well, not all of them. This is where it gets confusing. Not all of them need to have... Oh, you know what? We want the slime crystals. Maybe we should progress... I found a random dispenser. That's why that one's done. This one's done because we did the sword thing. We got the anvil done. You may need a second anvil. Repairing or renaming. I don't know why I got both. But, what am I trying to say? The extractor, that's what we kind of want. But that needs glass. Okay, because the extractor would allow us to make slime crystals. Hey, Hitman, how's it going? Didn't I try a scythe earlier and find it disappointing? No. No, that was a different kind of scythe. There's different kinds. There's this kind of scythe, and then there's the actual Tinker's scythe. I don't know the difference between them, to be perfectly frank. I'm also missing one of my windows here. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so blah, so many things. I'm definitely gonna need a chest for like Greg stuff, Greggy things. Like components. I might actually put one. For now, I'm gonna put one right here. So that'll be for like things that are used in machines and wires and gears and stuff like that. Or, I mean, heck, I guess I could just put it in here for now. We're gonna use it eventually, but I don't know. Okay, anyway, where am I going with this? Where I'm going is, do I want slime crystals bad enough to deal with all that right now? Probably not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some bronze and we're gonna chuck that all into the smeltery over here. Might need to get some more lava. I don't know how far this is gonna take me. That one's almost empty. This one is glitched out in some way. What the heck? Remember in the last episode it was showing lower? It's like visually it drains both, and the second number in Wyla is being drained from both. But now it's showing back to having more fuel. This is really confusing. I wonder if I put them one above the other if it fixes that problem, because that's really weird. I don't know what's up with that. Something's fishy there. I should actually probably report it. I don't know if that's a beta issue. 2610. Okay. So let's put away the coins. Ah, no! What? It's so annoying. I don't like this functionality that it does, personally. Okay, so put away the coins, loot bag. Why don't I open these two? The die-splosion happened! Yay! Look, it's useful, but not at this very moment. And we're gonna need another area of chests. So let's have a little walkway here, and then maybe like this. This one can hold all of our dyes. Happens to everybody, if you open loot bags, that is. All right, and then the other bag, where did it go? I lost it. Did I put it away? And not even notice I put it away? Where'd the other bag go? Bottom chest. Okay, yeah, wow. I have gone mad. Nothing in there. Cool. Okay, so let's go make the tool. We're just gonna start simple. Iron is important for some, at least one of the parts to have reinforced on it, so I will melt down some iron in here. Because you want the traits from certain things. So bronze will be at the bottom. And... okay, let's grab our cobblestone. We're gonna need a lot here for all of these different parts. So the broad axe head, the tough binding. I don't know if we're gonna make tough bindings out of metals. I guess you could. I mean, I'll make one. Bowstring, you can't make that out of metals. Crossbow body. Scythe head, sure. I'm missing tough rod. Hammerhead. And excavator head. Okay, I think that's it. We're also gonna need a lot more brass if we want to cast all these. Is there an advantage to using obsidianite? Maybe. It does come with reinforced 2, I guess. So I could use obsidianite, but I would need steel for that anyway. I don't have any more steel. We have some extra obsidian. That has reinforced 3. So where do we find the tool materials? It's always so finicky. Some things you click on, it shows up, some things it doesn't. Yeah, the handle modifier is bad, but it would be good for... it's bad for base durability. So I actually, yeah, the tough binding would be the best place for the reinforced. But a tough binding... here, I guess it's easier if we search here. Obsidian, tough binding. Requires 432, but how much is 1 block of obsidian melted down? Because I think a block is only like an ingot. Okay, a block is 2 ingots. So every tough binding is 1.5 blocks. Interesting. So yeah, I think that's probably a good start. And then for the tough rod, I think I mean, I guess we have to look at the tool. modifiers again. Bronze has a handle modifier of 1.25. Steel is 1.3. What's blue steel when we get there? Interesting, it doesn't show up. Is it red steel that you can make tools out of? Yeah, maybe it was red steel I'm thinking of. 3.5 handle modifier. Yeah, that's great. What was cobalt? 1.75. Interesting. Iron. Okay, so I think a bronze handle's the best as well. You can alloy smelt obsidian blocks into 9 obsidian ingots. Wait. What's that? We don't have molds though yet, if it requires molds, which I'm guessing it does. No, they changed, they fixed that. I think I actually remember someone saying that that was changed. No longer exploitable that way. Okay, well, what we want to do then is make an obsidian tough binding. That one is definitely worth doing. So let's grab wherever we put all our obsidian. So 3 of these will make 2 tough bindings. So that's enough for 4 tough bindings right there. And then we're gonna need more brass. We have 5 ingots right now. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. So brass, we need to grab... Can we just throw the chalcopyrite directly into the smeltery? We can. Okay, so we'll grab... Where did all my zinc gravel ore get put? It's up here, that's right. I think it's 3 to 1 there. So that should get us more brass. We got iron in case we want the reinforced. I guess that was what I'd thought of before we did the obsidian version. So I guess we probably won't use that iron. What's up, Mars? Howdy, howdy. And the large plates, just to be clear, I'm trying to remember, this would be a good time to experiment. These ones do add durability. So like, it's not like the binding where it only affects, like I think the hammer actually cares about the material of, so I'll just make an iron one for fun, for testing. And we'll make the other 2 for now out of bronze. I'm gonna need more bronze. How much bronze do we have? Do I have more? No? Let's see, 18 to 6. Think the alloy smelter can handle that? Okay, there's one. Also, I just realized we're really screwed if I don't have enough. Because we don't have... What's the... Is it the pipette that allows you to, like... Yeah, we need rubber for that, and cells. What's the thing? I feel like there's something that allows you to grab the fluid from a partially filled cast. What allows you to do that? What type of fluid, doohickey? Okay, anyway, brass we'll send to the bottom for the tough binding. And then we'll do that one. We'll do this one. I don't really care about the scythe right now. Did I forget to put 10 in? Wait, what? Molten copper. I did something wrong. I didn't put the zinc in. That's what I did wrong. That'll do it. There we go. That'll give us some more brass. Okay. So anyway, the tough binding we should be able to make out of obsidian while we wait for that. And then the tough rod we want to make out of bronze for now. And then the hammerhead we want to make out of bronze for now. Do we have enough bronze? We have 17. I'm gonna turn off the hollow lens. I don't really want it right now. Boom. Okay, so we should be able to chuck all this in here. Well, we don't have the next plate yet. Never mind. Or we do. We do. So we should be able to see the difference. Oh, this one doesn't have a binding. Oh. Okay. But see, like that one would have reinforced 1. This one would... Oh, bronze has reinforced 1 as well. So I guess we need to make an obsidian large plate to get reinforced 3 on it. Does anyone know the math on... By the way, the durability is definitely affected, and the mining speed is affected by the large plates. Does anyone know the chance of reinforced 1 versus 2 versus 3 to like not consume durability? Is it just 10, 20, 30%, or is it... I have no idea what it is. Oh, I guess that is what it is. So then what that means is we'd have to actually look at the numbers here. So if that's 3206 versus... Well, we're not going to know until we melt more obsidian. Based on how much obsidian we melt, we can't make a plate because we're going to need 8 of these to make 2 plates. Yeah, we'll just melt 8 more. That's fine. Now this one's totally empty. Because, yeah, the thing here is that we need the reinforced 3, but we also want to keep as much durability as possible. And obsidian has less durability. Oh, you're right. There is the effective durability number down there. That just does the math for us. So this is at 3562. And we can see when we try an obsidian large plate if that improves it or not. But it's also going to affect the mining speed. What's obsidian's mining speed? It's also 6.5? Okay, good. So that means... And the mining level's higher. You could make your hammerhead out of obsidian, actually. The durability is not great, though. I don't know if the durability from the head has a larger impact than the durability from the plates, or if it's the same. I guess I could make an iron head to really find out. I don't know how that works. But yeah, we're gonna want obsidian at the bottom. We're gonna want to grab the tough plate cast, or large plate. Make an obsidian large plate. Oh, right, the head material, you'd be repairing with obsidian. Good point, good point. Yes, did not consider that. That is important. All right, so now we can see the difference. Also, it's funny, like, These are all just different arrangements of the same stuff, but anyway. Okay, so that does reduce our durability quite a bit. In fact, the effective durability is 3407 versus 3562. It's actually lower, but this is a big but, and we like big butts. The question is, will it repair more cheaply? Does one ingot of bronze repair a certain amount of durability? Because if so, this is a better strategy. Because even though this is slightly lower, 3407, having reinforced 3 is kind of nice because then we won't need as much bronze to repair it. So I think this is actually a better hammer at the end of the day. That's what I'm going for. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. All right, we did it. We have a hammer. Because I'm pretty sure it's flat value. Yeah, like I'm not doing that just on a total guess. Okay, so we've got our bronze hammer, and then the excavator does have a binding. So that's bronze, 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 obsidian. We already have the obsidian. We already have a bronze. So we actually just need to brass the excavator head. And then we need a bronze the excavator head, though we're kind of running out of bronze here. Let's do another 12 copper, 4 tin in the alloy smelter. Keep the bronze flowing here. Thanks! This is a huge milestone. Name the hammer! Alright. Well, we don't have a regular anvil yet, though, is the problem. Did they give us a free one? Yeah, we have a slightly damaged one. We're lucky enough to have one. We can name it... I mean... You can name it in the tool forge for free. Oh, cool. Well... We could just, you know, give it the classic hammer name, but that's boring. I mean, Preschool Girl did redeem name in game, so... That's what our hammer's called now. That's the name. Now, I may have to allow, you know, after a certain waiting period, people to rename a tool, because there's only so many tools we're going to be able to name. So, you know, there may be a limited amount of duration on said names. All right, and then we need another tough tool rod. Interesting name indeed. Welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Twitch. All right, we need more bronze. Chuck a bunch of bronze in there. Where am I putting dough? I don't have just generic food ingredients. I guess we'll put them in here for now. Have you had it since you were a preschool girl? You know, having a water bucket in my backpack is a great idea. I just kind of thought about that right now. And I think that's the plan. Okay, so the bronze is almost melted. We'll get the excavator. And then I guess we can work on a crossbow. What's the... crossbow? I can't spell it. Crossbow. The crossbow limb. I know aluminum is a great one. Wait, why does that not even show up? What the heck? Is it carbon? Draw speed 17, arrow speed 4.8. Wait, you want a low weight on something. I can't remember the... Where is the crossbow quest? You can also make steel on top of an obsidian large plate to create a reinforcement, which adds one level. It uses a modifier to add a level of reinforced. And if you can get to reinforced 10, it's unbreakable. So that's a thing. Here's where they talk about the magnolium crossbow. They're talking about an old wooden crossbow. Probably search. There's not gonna be that many. My game just crashed? Oh, wow, that was really weird. Almost crashed. Here's one. Oh, it's just in the tool forge recipe. Okay. So here they talk about a wooden crossbow, redstone speed, blah, 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 blah. Use obsidian for the tough binding. What are the bowstring materials? Yeah, I think the fire string, that's the one I remember switching to pretty early. That's what it was. Okay, anyway, what am I doing right now? We're making the excavator, and we need just a bronze tough rod. Okay. So we just need to put bronze to the bottom. Bloop. And then there's this tab, which also talks about stuff. There's the fiery bowstring. String, enchanted fabric, and flame string. That's literally it. So yeah, fiery bowstring is an upgrade. And then... yeah, I forget how the math works for like... draw speed, arrow speed, and the weight affects how heavy the arrow is, if I'm remembering correctly. So like... yeah. So you're looking for low weight, but then the break chance is also lower on certain things. So like you can make slime, but I don't remember, like I think the body and the limb both contribute towards all of these numbers or something. I can't remember how it all works. So like steel, for example, has an arrow speed of 5.5, but 3.6 weight, whereas carbon has a way lower weight, low break chance. Break chance is only for the bolts, I think. Draw speed 17, arrow speed 4.8. Draw speed being high is bad, is that right? I think... again, why can't I search for carbon? What is going on here? Have I gone mad? It's like Something's weird is going on with the tool materials. It's only showing 180 here. Oh, it's... What is happening? Any ideas on what's glitching out right now? Oh my goodness. Sometimes carbon fails to find it, sometimes it finds it. Wow, that's a big glitch. 5230. That's really weird. Does it have to do with how the carbon's cycling through different... I bet it's because of how this is cycling through. And if I search when it's on the unnamed, it doesn't actually search properly. Yeah, there we go. There's aluminum. That's so weird. Crossbow limb is base durability, draw speed, arrow speed, and repair material. Crossbow body boosts durability. Ah, but only that. So crossbow body you want to make out of something like steel. Bowstring you want to be as good as possible, and then the tough bindings for the trait. Okay, interesting. Well, anyway, all of that being said, we'll work on that in a bit. For now, we've got our bronze excavator. Sweet. Okay, well, we've got lots of bronze tools. We've got the means to repair them. And what I'm now going to do is probably pause the YouTube recording, and we're going to go collect a bunch of materials. It's going to be a good time. Mostly with the goal of getting everything we need for the BBF, so we can start having steel. So we're going to want 140 gypsum, 140 calcite. We're going to need to go find a brick house or two. We need 420 bricks. And then we're going to need some terracotta or clay for all of the clay dust. And how much terracotta would it be? They go into a big pile of clay dust, so we need 560 if we get terracotta. So that's what I'm going to go head out to do, and we'll be back. All right, welcome back, future YouTubians. We have gotten to our lapis vein where we're going to work on mining some calcite. You can see the beautiful hammer in action. Oh, look at this. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then we can try our excavator here as well. Just get rid of all that. Oh, it's so good. So yeah, I'm just going to be mining here for a while. The goal is to get 140 calcite gathered up. I think we should get that. Now, we don't have fortune on the mining hammer yet, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. It's gonna have to level up a few times. I can use a diamond and a gold block to add one modifier, so that's always an option. And get started with fortune, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pause again, and we're just gonna work on mining this calcite vein. All right, future YouTubians, welcome back. We did some good mining with the old mining hammer here, and got it leveled up. And so it's got a modifier remaining. So now we're gonna get our lapis, which we did get a decent amount of here. And we need to turn that into lapis crystals. We have a lot of lazurite that we're probably never going to use. And the lapis, remember, smelts directly into 3 at a time. So I actually don't have enough, I guess. I just realized. Bummer. I also need more charcoal. One thing I might do at some point is go mining in a coal vein just to have plenty of coal here. But then we can, what am I saying? Repair the hammer. Ah, so close. One more. And then we should be able to grab some lapis. And chuck it on the hammer. Voila! Of course, we need a lot more than that, but, you know, that's at least... Where is it? 36 out of 450. Yeah, we need 150 lapis. So I didn't realize we were so low on the lapis ore. I think I thought the sodalite was also lapis, and we had plenty. I could... No, I can't. You can't get the lapis from... If you crush it, you then can only get lapis dust. You have to have the sifter to be able to turn that into the crystals. The forge hammer? Wait. What? Am I forgetting another way to get the crystals? You can forge hammer them? Ah! Spaghetti the hotkeys. Forge hammer. Can you forge hammer the ore or only the blocks? Oh, you can. Okay, so you do double your output with the forge hammer. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. Because, I mean, we're basically done with the forge hammer as is. Like, what are we missing for the forge hammer? We've got the piston, although it says we don't. We need a bronze hole. Where is the piston? I had one from a quest reward. Put it away somewhere. I think I put it over here. Alright, and then we're gonna need more bronze. Keeps being a thing. 18 and 6 seems to work just fine in the alloy smelter. Keep some bronze flowing. The forge hammer is a pretty big deal too because of it getting us the better plate recipes. Okay, so bronze hole, and then forge hammer needs more of the whatever those are called. Wait, why did it just make more than I told it to? Did you guys see that? Huh. Do it one by one, it's more effective? Wait, what are you talking about? Are you talking about applying the lapis? No, if you do 8 around the side, it applies the full. Now, I could now mine with this for a while, and it will slowly level up the lapis modifier, but lapis is not that, like, hard to get, nor do you need that much lapis in the first place. Other than for this, which is the main thing we're doing. Let me grab 2 more hoppers. And now we get free gravel and sand, by the way, so that's a big deal. Because this thing, you just throw cobblestone into it, and it gives you all kinds of stuff. But apparently, we can also throw in lapis ore. And immediately run out of steam. Oh, never mind. We just need the wrench. There we go. I am still a little confused about what happened with auto crafting over here. It definitely crafted more fluid pipes than we needed when I hit Shift C on that. And I think it had something to do with the fact that the fluid pipes are in here. It was automatically placing them back into that container, but then I think it wasn't realizing that therefore we had enough. But yeah, so check this out. What are we checking out? Why is this not working now? Okay. We're definitely out of steam until this alloy compressor fills back up. It's stealing all of it. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Whoops. All right. I'm glad I caught that. Just in time. Okay, so anyway, we gotta wait for the alloy smelter to fill back up. But we've got lots of iron. I could make a bunch of iron plates with the forge hammer next after this. That might be useful. Grab the lapis we do have. So how would applying it one by one be faster? Because it properly applies 8 at a time. All right, what are we at? 105. All right, there we go. Now we're starting to fill up since everything else is topped up. How much does this use per second? God, that's so loud. Which one is this? Anvil break. There we go. Much more pleasant on the ears. Anyway, I wanted to see if this is using more steam. It is using 640 liters a second, so that's more than we're making. So I'm gonna have to remove these before we run out. But that was a good amount. That's a good amount of lapis right there. Are we gonna have enough? Maybe? Maybe not. By the way, for you future YouTubians who missed a lot of the mining, we got a ton of basaltic mineral sand ore, which smelts to iron. So we're set on iron for a while, because we even did some more iron mining yesterday too. And so we've got basaltic mineral sand here, we've got magnetite here. So we're good on iron for a while, especially if we... A pretty soon goal for me is the multi-block macerator, because we do want to ore double all of our ores, and so that's a pretty big deal too, as soon as we can manage it. But yeah, unfortunately I don't think this is going to be enough to finish out the hammer. But it'll be at least Fortune 2, I think. We're at 267, yeah. Okay, so we'll have to go back to the lapis vein to get enough to finish this out, sadly. So close. You know what? I might just leave it because it'll level up the last few, right? What do we end up with? 381. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. It even has looting too. I don't know what looting to. I guess if I smack something with it, if I kill mobs with it, it'll give me looting. That's worth knowing. I don't know how important that'll be, but yeah, there you go. We got Fortune on the hammer, and so we also got the forge hammer quest. The trash can is really useful. We need an ender pearl for it. The trash can allows you to automatedly dump excess items, so that can be handy. And then you can get a high pressure steam forge hammer. The high pressure ones, by the way, use twice as much steam to do things twice as fast. But they're still less efficient than LV because they're still using 4 units of steam per EU when you actually get 1 EU per 2 steam. Not quite at 100% efficiency, but once you have steam turbines, LV is more efficient, even just from steam power. But at least the high pressure ones work at normal speed. It'll work at the same speed as an LV machine. So anyway, so the next goal is really steel. We could go some other directions. I do want the extractor. So glass is kind of another side goal that we have right now. And we could go get some diamonds. You know, there's lots of little things. Apparently we need to hold these in our grubby little mitts for that to count. Where's the calcite? There we go. It just only ever lived in the mining backpack. So, ooh, we can get some free calcite. I will definitely take the calcite. Gypsum is going to be a lot easier because that comes from the basaltic mineral sand ones that we have like a bunch of. We've only found the one lapis. Okay, and then we have a large bacon sandwich, which we've eaten. Large steak sandwich we have not eaten. Steam Age loot bag. What can we even get from these? Should I be opening them? I mean, not really. Damascus steel would be the best thing. Everything else kind of actually sucks. I guess some blocks of compressed charcoal would be nice. Because that's like... yeah. That's like 9 blocks of 9 charcoal each, so... that's a decent amount of fuel. A void chest would be nice. Everything else is pretty pointless. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be turning these in. I'll probably just stockpile them, and you can turn 3 of 1 into the next age. So that's what we'll do there. And then you can hold calcite dust. So many small dusts. These ones I should be able to forge hammer now into their impure piles, so that they'll stack up nicely. Eventually you can macerate or thermal centrifuge to get an extra chance at something else, but for now forge hammering will be our primary method. So we'll go macerator, forge hammer, which goes into the impure pile, and then dust washer. So it's like, why does that not even show up as a pathway though? It shows centrifuge. You can also dust wash the first crushed ones. That's the route you have to take for sifting materials. So things like diamonds or lazurite or redstone. No, redstone is a dust. But anything that's like a gem, like emeralds or whatever, you have to go wash the regular crushed and then sift it rather than other stuff. And once in a while there's like useful things for centrifuging or thermal centrifuge. Like there's different results for these, but at least by and large for the stuff we're doing now, like iron and copper and all that, we just do the basic route. Yeah, okay, so what are we doing next? I guess it's back to smelting stuff. I mean, I could make a bunch of iron plates. I guess we should do that. Let's throw a stack of iron into the forge hammer. And it'll use 3 at a time, so we actually need to take 1 out. And then we get 2 iron plates for every 3 iron ingots. Oh, it's so nice. That's so many more plates. Huge benefit to that. So. All right. What's next? Probably working towards the railcraft steam tanks. Or steam power. I guess we do at railcraft. When do they walk us through that in the quest book? Hey, fellow Blood, glad you've been enjoying the Kerbal Space Program series. I had a lot of fun with it. Multi-block goals. So that's for the railcraft, like, tank to hold the steam, which I guess we need to make as well. Iron rod. There's no lathe at this stage, so rods we're gonna have to make the old-fashioned way. We just need glass and iron and a little bit of bronze for that, so we should be able to make that really soon. Where is the railcraft boiler? Ah, right here. I think I'm gonna make a 2x2. Could also make one that burns creosote. That one needs steel. This one, does this one need steel? No. Okay, so I need 4 of those. Let's remove these random garage doors. Okay, so 4 of these. This firebox casing, bronze frame box. I mean, we need to start favoriting these things so that the recipes will auto show up. Cauldron, favorite. Okay, so I should be able to then shift A on that, and it'll break it all down to the things we need. 36 iron. Now that is making iron plates. Now that we have the forge hammer, I might want to unfavorite some things, even though it means we won't succeed sometimes. I actually want to remove this from my favorites list because I don't want it to, you know, use the inefficient recipe. Now the bronze rods I do need to file down that way. Going for steam multi-blocks or rushing LV MV? Definitely going for some steam multi-blocks first. So then this, I think, is what we need. It's 2 different types of iron plates. Very annoying. Okay, so 18 iron and 4 bronze and 12 bronze rods. That's actually not very much at all. And then some bricks. We still haven't gone mining for bricks. I need to go do that. So I will probably pause the future YouTubian recording here, and then we're gonna go get some more gypsum. I mean, I think we're working towards this and the brick blast furnace at roughly the same time. So this guy still needs all those bricks and the rest of the calcite and gypsum. The sand and gravel will be easy. Oh, and by the way, I got all the terracotta that we need right here. And that just, we throw that into the macerator. In fact, I should probably start doing some of that. How much steam does that use? It uses 160 liters a second, so if it's the only thing running, we can run it constantly. So we'll fill that bad boy. And that'll get us all the clay dust that we need. So, honestly, we're gonna need clay dust for other things, so I'm just gonna let it run. I do need one more chest on top of this hopper, though. So loud. I think it's just because they're going so fast. Yeah, that's... The sound... They need to figure out some better sound design for gtnh, honestly. It's pretty unprofessional, like, how imbalanced the sounds are. Just compared from one thing to the next. So I could see that being a nice quality of life, like, or not quality of life, but just polishing, you know, the quality of the mod pack. I think an overhaul of sound balance would be really nice. Okay, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna pause and we'll be back. All right, future YouTubians, welcome back. We collected a lot of that lapis vein, and we've now got the hammer up to Fortune 3, and we gathered more than the 140 calcite that we needed. And so really the only things left, because we already got the terracotta for all the clay dust, and so now we just need bricks, which is why I'm out here in the wild, and the sand and gravel are easy now that we have the forge hammer. Those both come from cobblestone. So really, at this point, it's all about the processing time. So we were just looking at that, and the fire bricks, most of the processing time is in this compressor. It's 8 seconds a piece, and we're gonna need 840 of them. So that's a lot, right? That's like 2 hours worth. And then we're also gonna need to be grinding in the macerator the calcite and the gypsum, and these are really slow too. These are 40 seconds a piece in the steam macerator. But we should be able to run both at the same time. These will use 80 liters a second, and the other one used 160, and that adds to 240, which is what we've got. So for now, I'm just gonna tear down this building so we can get all the bricks from it. I don't know how many bricks are involved, but that's what we're doing next. It's gonna be satisfying. And we'll see if it's enough. So again, I'll pause the recording here and I'll come back when I'm done getting all the bricks. Welcome back, future YouTubians. We have done a lot to this house, and we should have enough bricks for a while. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 stacks, kind of 10 if you count these. These will get you a small pile, 6 small piles instead of what? Wait, isn't that more? Wait, stairs give you more than regular. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. They take a while, but that's good to know. Okay, well, we're gonna climb on out of here and head back to the base, and then I will come back at that point. Welcome back, future YouTubians. We have got all our bricks here, and let's get started with smashing some of it. We're gonna need 6 by 64 plus 36. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 36. So this should be the whole brick supply that we need to chuck into the macerator, and it should go pretty fast. So we'll do that. Nothing else is running right now anyway. And there we go. So that'll provide us a nice big pile of brick dust. We already got all our terracotta turned into clay dust. And we've got some more sand for when we need it. I should have enough of both. And yeah, at this point, we're going to probably call it an episode. The only thing we don't have for the BBFs in terms of ingredients right now is the gypsum. We're not quite there on gypsum, so we'll go back and get more gypsum. We've already got about half of it. What do we actually have? We've got 40, plus I think there's some in here too. Yeah, 31. So we've already got like half of what we need, and with the hammer with Fortune 3 on it, it goes pretty fast. So we'll be doing that in the next episode, but before we go and do that, I'll probably start macerating the calcite, because we know that's going to take forever. And then we also need to start compressing the fire bricks as soon as possible. I might even make a second steam compressor potentially, because this takes... The problem is it takes so much steam, we would need to generate a lot more steam itself to run 2 of them, but they take 8 seconds apiece. So we want to get this fire clay crafted as soon as possible, which we can literally already do now that I'm looking at it. So I can just grab brick dust, clay dust, boom, boom, fire clay dust, and throw that into here, because that takes forever. And I think we can supply both of those running at the same time. Nope, just kidding. They both use 160. So we're gonna have to hold off on this one until the bricks are done. The bricks won't take long. So, and then the calcite one macerates, it only takes half the power that the bricks do, so that should be fine. So yeah, for those of you from future YouTube, I think we're gonna call it here. In the next episode, we'll hopefully get our BBFs. And then we should be able to unlock these pretty quick. I'll force well, I don't know if it's fair to force unlock this, because I never made an obsidianite ingot. But I could have by just casting obsidianite into an ingot and then melting it back down. So I'm okay force completing that one. And this one, I just have to pick it up and put it back down. So that should work fine. And then we can maybe get some of these. I guess we already have the excavator, so some of those will just auto-complete. So we'll get a lot of those done in the next episode, and then we'll be working towards our multi-block macerator. We'll work towards glass and the extractor. And then at that point, we're starting to think about going to the nether. Like, there's all sorts of exciting things coming down the pipeline here. There's also tin item pipes, which I haven't worked on at all yet, but those are really handy for lots of things. And I really, the other big priority right now is the Railcraft steam, what is it called? Steam generator? Steam power? Steam boiler tank? Yeah. So, anyway, we'll talk about that in the future episodes. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.